For the past decade, there has been no real escape from Tarkov, but in 2025, that might finally change. The full 1.0 release of Escape from Tarkov is expected to bring the main storyline we've all been waiting for. In this video, we're piecing together all the developer hints and community theories about how a new narrative, cinematic cutscenes, and the final escape from Tarkov could redefine the entire game. For almost 10 years, playing Escape from Tarkov has been a brutal, self-contained loop. You wake up, you gear up, you jump into raid with two goals: survive and get rich. You're taking quests from a handful of traders, prapor, therapist, skier, and the rest who give you your marching orders through text boxes. They send you on errands that feel, let's be honest, pretty disconnected. Find this, kill that, mark a truck, and come back for a pat on the back. Then the cycle repeats, wipe after wipe. The actual story, the rich, detailed lore of what the hell happened in the Navinx region has been pushed to the background. It's tucked away in item descriptions, buried in cryptic quest dialogues, and expanded on in companion material that most of us has never touched. The huge conflict between USEC and Bear, the corporate evil of Terror Group, and the real reason the city is a sealed off nightmare. It's all just set dressing for the gameplay. For years, this has been a huge pain point for a big part of the community. The story of Tarkov is compelling, but you practically have to be an archaeologist to uncover it, piecing together fragments from wikis just to understand the world you're bleeding in. The quests we have now are a mix of world building and tasks that basically just guide you through the game's maps and mechanics. They give you a sense of direction in a game famous for giving you none, but they don't form a real story. You're a mercenary doing odd jobs, not a hero driving a narrative. We've been stuck in a purgatory of endless raids with no real beginning, and, more importantly, no end. But according to Battlestate Games, this is all about to change. With the 1.0 update, the quests we've been grinding for years will be recontextualised for what they apparently always were: side quests. The 1.0 release of Escape from Tarkov, stated for 2025, isn't just another patch. It's meant to be the game's graduation from beta to a finished product, and its heart is the long-awaited introduction of a main, story-driven campaign. This is the moment developers have been building towards for years, a fundamental shift that could transform the game from a sandbox survival shooter into something much more. So, how will it work? All signs and developer hints point toward a dedicated linear questline. For the first time, we might have a clear story to follow, a central plot that finally explains the core conflict and our place in it. And it probably won't be told through text boxes alone. Battlestate Games has hinted that the 1.0 release could feature in-game cutscenes, voiced missions, and cinematic events designed to put us deep into the world. Imagine kicking off a quest and instead of a wall of text, you get a full-blown cutscene, or you receive your orders through a voiced briefing with actual dramatic weight. This would move the story from the background right to the forefront. The scattered puzzle pieces of lore expected to finally be assembled into a coherent picture will likely uncover the full truth behind Terror Group's illegal experiments, witness the key events that led to the city's lockdown, and maybe even understand the true motives of the traders we work for. It's been said that all the tasks we've been doing until now are just side quests, meaning an entirely new main narrative is waiting. This story will likely guide us through the maps we know and love, but in a more structured way, leading from the chaos of Ground Zero all the way to one final, climatic location. At the end of this rumoured main storyline lies Terminal, the long-awaited map that is expected to be the game's narrative climax. For years, the name of the game has been Escape from Tarkov, and Terminal is where we might finally get the chance to do just that. Based on screenshots and developer teasers, Terminal is a massive shipping port with cranes, cargo containers, and a huge ship docked at the pier. But unlike other maps built for PvP, many believe Terminal will be a heavily story-focused area, maybe even a single-player or co-op zone for the campaign's final moments. Game director Nikita Boyanov has teased that this map is where it all ends, which reinforces its role as the ultimate endgame location. The final quests of the main story are expected to unfold here, leading us through what will probably be a heavily guarded, climatic set piece. This brings up some of the most exciting questions about Tarkov's future. What does it actually mean to escape? The popular theory is that completing the main story and escaping via terminal will trigger a new kind of prestige system, while a basic prestige system was added in 2025, allowing players who hit the certain level and task requirements to reset for cosmetic rewards. The community believes the true prestige will be tied to the story. Successfully escaping could allow a player to reset their character in exchange for unique permanent rewards. This could be gain special armbands, unique hideout items, or a badge of honour on your dog tag. This would create a true endgame loop. The goal is no longer just getting rich before the next wipe, it's about beating the story, achieving that final escape, and earning a permanent mark of accomplishment. Will the escape be a one-time thing? Will our choices affect the ending? Because Terminal represents not just a new map, but a potential conclusion to a journey we've been on for nearly a decade. If these changes land as expected, the introduction of a full storyline, cutscenes, and a definitive endgame won't just add to Tarkov, it will fundamentally redefine it. The game is poised to evolve from a hardcore sandbox into a story-driven experience with a clear beginning, middle, and end. This shift would address one of the oldest criticisms of the game, the lack of a clear purpose beyond the gear grind. For veterans, the story offers a fresh reason to keep playing. The wipe cycle is great, but it often leads to burnout. A main story to complete and a final escape to achieve offers a powerful new motivator. A story-based prestige system would also offer a sense of permanent progression that hoarding rubles just can't match. This is a growing theory that the real prestige system will be tied to completing the main campaign and escaping through the terminal. For new players, this change could be even bigger. Let's face it, Tarkov's learning curve is steep. A structured storyline could serve as a much needed guide, leading new PMCs through the world and its factions in a way that feels natural. This could make the game way more approachable without sacrificing its hardcore soul. And what about the long-term vision? Battlestate has talked for years about a more open world experience, with a transit system connecting the maps. Whilst it's not confirmed for the 1.0 launch, it remains the ultimate goal, to transform Tarkov's isolated maps into a single, breathing world you navigate as part of your story. This is a monumental ambition, and if you're as excited as I am to see if it becomes a reality, consider subscribing so you don't miss our future updates. This isn't just a game about looting anymore, it's on the verge of becoming a real journey. So what does all this point to? It means that in 2025, ESCAPE from Tarkov might finally deliver on the promise held in its name. The fragmented lore seems to be getting forged into a central story, potentially delivered through cinematic moments and a questline that gives every player a purpose. This journey is expected to end at Terminal, where for the first time, we might get the chance to truly escape, triggering a meaningful prestige system that gives permanent value to our struggle. The game we've known for years, a brutal, cynical sandbox, is about to become an epic, narrative-driven adventure. The raids will no longer feel random, they'll be chapters in a story. How do you think the final escape from Tarkov will play out? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. This has been XP. Take it easy.